And what drove me to put this together is I saw an article that was entitled, as you see on the screen here, "What Exactly Goes into Closing Costs?" It was published on May 4th. It's actually from CNN. And it was an interesting article. I think some of the parts of the article were on point, but some were a little bit off base, and I want to review that. In fact, here's a summary of what we're going to talk about today in this segment. First, I'm going to do a quick review of this article from CNN, what they got right and what they got wrong about closing costs. We'll talk about what are closing costs and when are they paid. We're going to talk about, does the amount of closing costs vary between a cash purchase and a financed purchase? We're going to get into some technical terms like non-recurring closing costs, which I'll go ahead and reveal to you now. Those are generally one-time fees. And then there's recurring closing costs, which I want you to think about as ongoing expenses. And then, of course, the hot button for everyone, junk fees. You hear that term constantly. And in fact, in the CNN article, junk fees are discussed briefly. And I'm going to touch on that and whether or not CNN got that subject right. And of course, in part of the article, it talks about, are junk fees inherently unjustified? I would argue it's kind of a mixed area, kind of a gray area. In a lot of cases now, most costs that are referred to are considered junk fees. That's not actually correct, and those fees are justified. And then finally, I'm going to finish up with what's going on with this NAR settlement, the National Association of Realtors settlement, that's had this big impact on real estate commissions and how they're going to be disclosed and paid, and whether or not those are going to have an impact on buyers' closing costs when they're purchasing a house.